Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric. This week's PPF Pro Tip, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I'm not going to go over any installation techniques or anything like that. I'm going to talk about seams. If you've been installing paint protection film for any amount of time, you know that seams are just part of the business. That you have to have a seam on certain panels and whatnot just to make the installation go better. With paint protection film being so much thicker than vinyl, it only makes sense to put seams in certain places. Now, we got this 2020 Tesla Model 3 in our shop. It was involved in a collision. It was wrapped 2 years ago in matte paint protection film, and it just got out of the body shop, so we're replacing all the matte film. To come over here, if we look at this mirror was done at an installation shop out of province. So, two-piece mirror, you've got this seam right along this edge. This seam, you can see all the dirt that it has collected. It doesn't look very good. It's very hard to get that clean. To get that clean, you'd have to spray some all-purpose cleaner in there, get a detail brush, and really scrub that clean. And then, if you don't keep up with that aggressive cleaning, it's just going to continue to build up dirt over time. Because it's a white vehicle, honestly, I wouldn't even bother doing paint protection film on the inside of this mirror. You're not really going to see much of a gloss to matte difference here. So, this mirror, you would not want to install paint protection film in one piece on it. Reason being, there's so much complexity to this mirror that it just requires so much of the film, and over time it would start to peel back. So is this the right place on the mirror to do a seam? Absolutely. It's just not worth, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, you can comment your thoughts down below. In my opinion, it's just not worth putting PPF over here, but we'll leave that up to the owner. Now if we go over here to the Fender, this is one that we've seen people put seams on. There's no point in putting a seam on this Fender anywhere. You've got your cutout for your side camera. Yeah, you need that. But to put a seam along these body lines, it's not necessary. You know, paint protection film patterns out there, whether you're using Expel or Suntech or Premium Shield, any of the other brands out there that have a cutting software, they all have good enough patterns. You don't need to break this Fender down into multiple pieces and have seams. Seams are really hard to get dialed in 100%. It requires a ton of patience and it's really hard. Now if we come over here to the bumper on these Teslas, you know, it's two pieces of film. You know, we got our main bumper piece right over here, which is installed. I need to install this lower bumper piece, but we're going to have a seam right along here in this valley. That's a necessary place to have a seam. And then we have a seam right over here. Now the whole thing with seams and paint protection film is these seams, you want them hidden. You don't want them out there in a place where you're always going to look. Most people aren't going to look down here. You can get that seam nice and tight. It's not going to collect as much dirt. And it's a necessary place to have a seam. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As a professional installer myself, I just wanted to kind of go over some stuff of what I've seen in the comments section asking about seams and where should they all be. And I just figured now that we have this Tesla in the shop, it was a good opportunity for me to really dive into where these seams should be, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and how to maintain them. So if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more PPF content.